Hello everyone. So today we are going to do or I'm going to do my trade review of 2026. This will be like a weekly trade review where I will be going through my weekly trades, and it is like a digital trade log where I can sort of keep track of what I'm doing. I have been learning trading from quite some time, but past year that was on and off. I tried learning as much as I can, but I think I was not good at it. This year I have decided that I am going to take it more seriously and put in more efforts. So here we go. I have built a day trader log for myself to keeping track of all my trades in January. Also, I do write my trades in a notebook, but I think an Excel sheet will be easier for me to keep track. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna write in my notebook and I'm gonna also do it in Excel. This is something that I have just created recently. So as you can see, still needs a lot of work, but here we go. So the first trade I took now. I'm a futures trader, but right now I am using Alpha Capital as my prop firm, and so that's what I'm going to do. So as we can see here, it's NASD 1. We can there is MNQ and there is NASDAQ 100. So this NASDAQ 100, let's go quickly because I don't have much time. Okay, so I took my trade in 31st December 2025, and I think I closed it on Jan 1st, maybe like Jan 1st after 4, right? So as you can see, it's 605. So let's go back there. We are gonna check my trades in here. This is a trading view, and we are gonna go back to 1 December 31st. So let's see why I took this trade. If there will be, okay, let me also go back to my notes. Okay, so it says so here I have used a break of trend line. So I am thinking कि मैंने ये ट्रेड कैसे लिया था. Just gonna try and see if I can figure something out. If I go for this structure, and so before this, right? So could have my trend line something like this, or maybe like this. Yeah, I think this is more appropriate because I would have saw my charts maybe in the early morning. Noon. Yes, I think this is something because this is the current chart. I don't have the lines are changed, but Okay, so this is how it was. Maybe it was a 2 touch point break. Not a very good trend line, to be honest. But for day trading, I have another rule, which is a 3 candle rule, and that's what I follow usually. So let's check if that meets. So this is 9:30. 9:30 we get a big push, and 9:45 we still are on the downside, which means that from the starting of our New York session, we can see that the sellers are more aggressive and they want the price basically to go down. Then at 10, so around, and also I use 15-minute time frame. So let's see. So after that, basically we have nothing, no movement. Sellers and buyers are lost, in the sense that they both are fighting, but there's nothing, right? And then we get this push towards downside. It's a small candle, or maybe I need to reset my view so that you can see clearly, right? Because I usually don't do a zoom in thing, but I think that's what it's easier. Oh, this is, oh my god, we came back. Okay, so then we get this push, right? And I think somewhere I entered in this candle, if I'm not wrong, or maybe in this. Let's see. So let's go back. So as you can see here, it shows where I entered and where I exited. It says I enter around here. Okay, so the third candle, is it saying third or fourth? I think it's third candle. So at the finish of third candle, or maybe somewhere and on the verge of finishing, I would have entered, and I stayed there, and then we got a big push. But I think I stayed there because it was December last year, and then I wanted to see what it does when market opens, and then market opened gap down. So that's where, because my take profit was already there, it hit my take profit. But here we can see all things, and then this is the moment, but we cannot see there because I think that's a stock thing. So on the basis of my 3 candle rule, I entered, and this was a consolidation. I stayed, and then I exited. Now what better we can do? Also, I think there was a downtrend going on, and this was a continuation move. So from 26 December, we were in a downtrend. Change this. And usually I think MNQ has long moves, so it was in a downtrend, and I thought that downtrend is still in the direction of the big trend, so I can take a trade. I think this were my 2 things. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Second, okay, on January 2, I did 2 trades. 9:50, which I closed in 10 seconds. Oh my god. Okay. And then the third one is on 10:50, which I also closed in 5 minutes. I think the learning for the first one would be that I need to stay for the entirety of the trade. I got out. I was feeling, I think, a little bit stressed because it was first day of the new year, and so I was not sure how the market is going to react, and so that's why I got out. That's what I did. I did not thought twice. But if I would have stayed for the entirety of the trade, then it would have been a very good trade. Okay, so let's go to January 2, December, and this is, I think, 31st Jan 2. So the first trade I took was around, I think, 9:15. Let's go to here. It will be easy for us to see. Just trying to find it. If I can move this a little bit. Okay. So 9:50. Okay, you can see here the pips was 300, and I think for me the take profit is always 300 here. It's by default. I usually change it once I take the trade. I check some things and then I make a change. But in this scenario, I took a trade and then it immediately went there. So I got stopped out. Why I took a trade? Let's check. I think it was this candle. Yeah, somewhere this candle. To be honest, right now I'm not 100% sure why I took it. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, I think this was it, if I'm not wrong. Let me also check my notes meanwhile. Yes, so it says that it was a 2 touch point break and retest. So I usually also like take trades on the basis of trend line and 3 candle rule, both of them. But sometimes it is either or. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Just bear with me. So this is the first touch. Okay. So I think we were in the highs. Let me see. We were not in the highs. Sorry guys, but the big picture is for my next week I'm gonna do better and I'm gonna take screenshots. But this week I was still building my playbook. I mean the sheet, so I did not have good record of it, but I'm trying to remember like how I took it. So this was a 2 touch point break, and then it broke in already. It was already like broken somewhere around 345. It went to this resistance level and then it made a pull back, right? And I think I saw charts somewhere maybe during this time, which was around 8ish 8. And then I was monitoring this because it's already did break my trend line, but I was checking and I was waiting because it was making a retest, and I wanted to enter once I can be sure that okay, it's going to go up. So if we zoom in here, it made a retest on 9:15, and then there was a confusion in the market, but I saw a red an upside candle with a very strong momentum, and I think that's where I entered. Okay, so even though it resulted in a profit, this is not the trade setup usually I take. When I take trade, I need two things. One, any trend line is broken, and second, my three candle rule. Now, this does not satisfy my three candle rule because during this period it was still in progression. The candle did not close, but I entered because of FOMO. Yes, and there is a great possibility that when I entered and it suddenly went down, as you can see on the next candle, it made a huge downside move. So this was, I think, luck. And then this kind of mistakes, basically you have to pay heavy in future if you don't realize it. And usually if my trend line rule does not apply, still for day trading, I need to make sure that the direction is set for a whole day, and that's where I take trades. But during this day, which is the Jan 2, I did not wait. I entered in FOMO. I thought that my trend line break was there and it's making a retest. So there is one more thing, like sometimes I do entered only on the basis of trend line, but that is maybe other parts of the day, like not in the New York Open session, because New York Open is highly volatile and I want to be like sure double that trend line is broken first, and second I apply my three candle rule. So here there is only one rule which I applied. Sometimes it might work, sometimes it does not, but after seeing this, I think my mistake is that I should have waited. But when I entered, maybe I entered somewhere here and then it made a huge upside move, and that's where I got taken out. Because my take profit is already set to 300 pips, which is by default. Before I could move it, it was hit. And as you can see here in my log, that at 2:50:21 I entered, and at 9:50 and 9:50:31 I was out, which was a 10-second trade, and it got hit my take profit. Should have mentioned somewhere. Oops. Oh, here. Yes. You can see I have entered take profit hit. Let's move on to the second trade of the day. Oh, I was on a roll that day because I took two trades. So 9:50, 10:15. Let's see. So once I got taken out, I think what I would have saw is this huge move to the downside. And then when this move happens, it basically confirms that this is gonna go downside. This is going to basically go. So I think that's why I would have entered here, or maybe here. Yes, I entered at the end. I'm not sure why. I entered at the end. I should have entered here. Let me check where I entered, because if not, then that's a problem as well. Okay. Not a very good thing, because in my notes I have written that it broke to the downside and then a three candle rule applied with a strong downside momentum, and I think that's why I entered. But you can see that because the take profit was 300 and I would have moved it, I was very skeptical about this move, because I think in the morning I took an upside move. So I was skeptical, I was maybe not sure, but why? Ah, as you can see, I did this, which is not really good. I took a trade, so my entry was okay. On the starting of this candle, I entered, which is what I want to do. I want to enter there. I should have waited for the entirety, but I did not. And that's what is wrong with me right now. Well, I am working on it, I am trying to be better, but when the trade goes into your direction, it is very important that you stay for the entirety of the trade. Otherwise, your risk to reward ratio will be not good. Also, the whole goal of me trading in 15 minutes chart is so that I can be in the entirety of the move, right? I can use that. If I'm on a 5-minute chart, there's too much noise for me personally, and if I'm on a 1 hour, it's too slow for me still, and I still be wanna able to do a day trade. So that's why I do 15 minutes. But you can see this, so the learning is the entirety of the trade. I think the learning here as well was the same. This trade, I think, was just out of my FOMO, so we cannot even consider that. It's just wrong. So too many things to learn, as you can see. But now there is no point of me saying if I would have stayed, I would have done this, it would have been like this. There is no point. So we are not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna learn and then we're gonna move on. So let's go here back. So I entered somewhere here, I just got out. But essentially what I want to be doing is I want to be staying to the near resistance or support area, so I could have put my take profit outside somewhere here, and then I would have waited and I would have seen that how this is gonna work or how it's looking, right? Okay. No worries, we are learning. Let's go back to our third trade. Oh, I also wanted to do something. Let's see if I can. I'm not sure whether I would be. I think this was a short position. And also the another thing is that when trade does not go against you, what do you do? I'm still figuring that part out. So just bear with me. I mean, this is my trade. Just look at it how, oh my god, this is small. I would have maybe, yeah, and I'm not sure about this one. Might be like here. Till here I would have waited for sure. So you can see my take profit and risk reward ratio is all over the place. Oh, to escape, copy link, and let's go here. Third one. This, I should have done this earlier, but my bad. Okay, let's remove this because I don't want to keep a track of this. I was not able to. Now I am. Okay. So then we can see the downtrend was continued. The buyers trying to make this as a support and go up, but they fail to. As you can see, यहाँ पे it had a consolidation sort of a thing. It tried to make book, but it closed right around here. So if you want to consider this an area, it failed to, and many people would have entered here because it failed to close, and then they would have wrote this whole movement, which is absolutely amazing. Still learning. So yeah, let's go to our third, I think it's fourth trade on fifth. So here we made a loss. This was, I think, so Friday, okay, Monday I took a trade. Why would I do that? I needed to take a break. That's what I have written somewhere, but I did not. Maybe I did afterwards. Okay, fifth. Let's go here. Okay, let's see. 10th. Okay, now if I see this, I see that not a good way, because there is still a lot of consolidation and the movement is not very clear. So how I took a trade, let's see. So this is market open. Is this the right one? Okay. And this is sorry, I'm just trying to read my notes and figure it out why I took the trade. So, but it should not be in the case like this. In the scenarios, you should be able to just see and tell it, but my trend lines are all over the place. Not that. Okay. I think that I would have drawn a downward trend line somewhere here, and it says in my notes the break of downward trend line and the three candle rule applies. It closed above this one, and then I would have taken the trade here, and then it went down, and then it put little movements, and then it was again at my entry position. Then again it was in the okay. So here I was at least good at holding on to the trade. That's a good part. And then it went here again, and at this candle I think I was got taken out. My SL was hit. I think I kept my SL somewhere here. I still need to do some modifications and some tweaks, as I can see, because it's all over the place. And why did I? Well, because until here you are not sure, and then you think that's gonna go. It's good. But then my SL was, well, I saw a big downward push and it hit my SL, so that's why I think you wanna see it here. Let's see. I entered after this here, so once it got closed and I entered, it was already down, going up, so I thought, okay, maybe now it's making its move, and then it huge. The learning here would be, I think it was just not in my direction. I'm not sure what else there would be. I mean, if there is, still need to figure it out, but I just genuinely think it was not in my direction, and that's that. Okay, let's see the sixth one. A little bit zoomed in. Okay. Oh, this is bad trade, not in my direction, right? So let's see what I said. Sixth. So it says 2 touch point break. So यहाँ से यहाँ I would have drawn a trend line that time, right? And then it broke. Almost you can see 3 touch point to break. On MNQ I don't wait for retest, but here this was a break and then a retest and then it went again. And then according to my 3 candle rule, I entered here and then it immediately went against me. $9:30. Maybe I need to figure something out because I'm not okay with this. I mean, this trend line was perfect and it went on for a whole day. I'm not sure what I was doing, but if it was only break, right, and then I did not, I think, wait for a retest. Another thing was that nearby area there was a huge resistance. And it held above it, so that also was like a double confirmation for me, and that's why I think I entered. Let's see, entered somewhere here, as you can see, and then it made a huge downward move. And I think that was also with the 5 lots. I think what I need to do is maybe I need to do a less position size and I need to let it move a little bit before I just get hit by SL. That's what I need to do. Need to less my position size and then I need to see like actually how it goes and allow it to go. Because right now it was a beautiful touch point trend line. It did made a move to upside. But I think when it went down, I was just too afraid, and then because I was working with the 5 lots and I did not want to blow up my account, so I got out. And after this, I took a break from trading.